Hi, hello you guys, my name is Elefv, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I get a lot of questions about what perfumes that I use and my grooming routine, which we will talk about soon. It's coming soon. So I thought in today's video I'll talk to you about my 5 favorite summer perfumes, or to be exact, the 5 perfumes that I love using during summer, because some may not necessarily be your classic summer scents. I just like them and I use them all the time. Before I go ahead and talk about my favorite perfumes, I do want to clarify that I am no expert in no shape or form, or nor am I trying to be, and you'll soon figure that out because my vocabulary in the subject is just, it's not very extensive. Also, my nose is constantly blocked from the pollen. See, I'm really not selling this video very well, am I? I am though a big fan of perfumes and I have a huge love for them, so I will try my best, okay? Now, let's get straight on with the video. Okay, so the way I thought of doing this is I will start with the more freshest perfumes and then eventually go into the more spicy and woody ones that you wouldn't necessarily consider wearing during summer. Starting off with the first perfume that I own and ever smell, to be honest, we have the Juniper Sling by Penhaligon. I am a huge fan of Penhaligon. I've been wearing the perfumes for the past 4 years now. They have such interesting and unique smells, and this one is no different because Juniper Sling low-key smells exactly like a gin and tonic. And really, what says summer more than a crisp, cold and fresh gin and tonic? It opens up with a whoosh of peppery notes thanks to a large dose of angelica. The pepper dies down very quickly and the juniper berries and wood start to come through, and I feel like this is where the perfume smells the geniest to me. Can I even say that? The orris wood adds a touch of powder to the composition, and then as it slowly dries down, it gets a little bit sweeter but still keeping it the light and airy notes that I love that perfume for. This will please any man or woman who loves a distinctive smell. It has a very clean and energizing tone and it's ideal for either work or play. I know suggesting a fragrance that smells like gin and tonic may not be ideal, but trust me, it works great. It's clean, it's fresh, and it's just very well put together. Next up on my list we have Colonia by Acqua di Parma, a staple when it comes to summer fragrances. Colonia's composition may not be as complex as the other perfumes on the list, but that does not make it any less than them. It's such a great perfume. It opens up with lemon and orange notes wrapped in aromatic herbs and mild floral tones. It's always nice to test it on the skin. I know it's quite hard to do it now with the pandemic, but it would be good to get a sample if you actually consider getting this perfume because the mask blends beautifully with the velvety scent of the skin. It is simple, it is classic, it is sophisticated, and it has been a Hollywood staple for so many years now, with movie stars like Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant having it as a favorite. It is not the perfume that will attract attention the moment you walk into the room, but it is the perfume that exudes luxury, it exudes charm and success. Kind of like I made it and I don't need to prove you anything. It has a Mediterranean vibe to it. I mean, obviously it is by Acqua di Parma after all, and it is great for the summer months for both casual and formal affairs. The only issue is that it is eau de cologne, which means that the longevity is not as much as the other ones. I think it stays in the skin about 2 to 3 hours, which means you gotta have to keep spraying. I'm gonna get high from this. Okay, the third perfume on my list is a Florentine Iris by Hermenegildo Zegna, and first of all, can I talk about how sophisticated the bottle looks? Come on, this on your nightstand? So cool. A few years ago, I worked with Estée Lauder and Hermenegildo Zegna for the launch of the Essence collection, where I was lucky enough to receive the whole collection, which I think was about 4 to 5 perfumes, and this one was definitely the one that struck with me the most. To be honest, I don't even know where the rest of the collection has gone, but this one has been always by my nightstand. Now, Iris is something which at times can be hard to wear for a guy because it is considered a little bit more feminine and lipsticky. However, Zegna Florentine Iris is exception to that case, as this is a fresh take on the Iris, which may not be appealing to the very hardcore Iris fan, but I am obsessed with this new fresh take that they've made. Now immediately, when you spray this, you have a blast of citrus, which gives way to an array of subdued florals that don't have an overly potpourri feminine scent, and actually keeping it more into the masculine side. To many of you, the start of it may feel a little bit feminine, but as it slowly dries down, it smells absolutely wonderful. Sorry, I just hit it with my ring. It's soft, it's airy, it's slightly sweet, and kinda musky. To me, it smells like a rich person, like how somebody with a crisp white shirt and a blue blazer would smell like. I could also think of it for somebody who's more into the older generation, so not necessarily early 20s, but 30s and pushing up, just because it is not like your funky after saving kind of smells. It smells very luxurious, and actually it's very long lasting as well. The longevity of it is around 10 to 12 hours, which is very high. Next up, we have one of my favorite perfumes in this video, and it is by Rosa, and it's the Elysium one. It's a brand actually I recently discovered, and I'm still discovering as I'm filming this video, because I've only had this perfume for a few days, but I can safely say that this is going to be a summer staple for me. First of all, like, I cannot not talk about the bottle. I just love how beautiful it is. The blue with the contrast with the gold cup, it's just absolutely stunning, and it looks very, very expensive, which we love that. I love that. I love a perfume that looks expensive. I love a perfume that can be a design piece and also serve, well, what it is meant for, a perfume. On the website it states that this is created for a man who needs no help in finding his Elysium, his paradise, and I completely agree with that motto, because every time I spray this, it transfers me to paradise. It is fruity, it is woody, it is citrusy, it is masculine, it is refined. It smells like a very modern fragrance that is just complex but yet so easy to wear. Hope that makes sense. The start of it is what I know and love. Bergamot here is a multifaceted combination with a tart grapefruit and lime, and then a peel of herbs. Right after that follow floral notes, which I'm usually quite scared of, but this is so well put together that the fresh notes are still dominating and you still have that freshness around you. A cloud full of freshness, a cloud full of desire. Spraying the perfume is such an experience for me, and I love perfumes that can do that to me. I love perfumes that are quite enigmatic and that just transfer me to different places, because let's face it, who wants to be here? Who wants to be in this world with everything that's going on? So please, take me to paradise, Elysium. Still new to me, but I cannot wait to wear this for summer and also explore more for the brand. Now, in the beginning of this video, I did mention that this is not necessarily a summer perfumes video. Ignore the title, but rather a video of perfumes that I enjoy wearing during summer, and I could have not included my all-time favorite perfume, Elefv by Penhaligon. If you've been following me for a while, you know that this is my absolute go-to favorite perfume. I've been wearing this for so many years. Like, my friends know that this is my scent, this is what I smell like, and I could consider it as one of my biggest achievements in life. If you're not familiar with Penhaligon, it is a British perfumery, and they have stores in the UK, in America, and I'm pretty sure in Asia as well. So they have stores all over around the world, and if you ever pass by a Penhaligon store, you know that they have a scent spraying. Well, this is it. That's their little secret, and everybody goes crazy about it. It is a very dark, spicy fragrance, so not something you would really pick as your summer fragrance, but I am from Greece. We don't go out in the morning, we only go out at night clubbing or like to have a drink, and this is perfect for it. It is an intoxicating scent. The opening scent is what always gets me, because it is so rich and complex. You've got the bergamot, citrus notes, a herbal undertone, and a nutmeg saffron note, all combined making this oriental fantasy, which is just so exciting. The dry down gets a little bit sweet because you have the rose and a little bit of white florals, if I remember correctly, but then it really gets down to the point of it, which is you've got the ouds and you've got a very spicy and very dark note. It is such a mysterious fragrance. It is very complicated, and I like exuding that while I'm around people. I like having like that mystery vibe. Like, it is a perfume that you get so much attention walking into the room, and you get so many questions by people around you into like what you're wearing, and who doesn't love that? I love getting compliments on my perfume, and this is definitely a perfume that will do that for you. And that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel. It really does help me grow. For more fashion and grooming content, make sure to follow me on my Instagram, which I'll have in the description below. I post it twice a day, and there's a lot of inspiration for you guys. If there's anything else you'd like to see, feel free to drop me a message on Instagram or leave me a comment here down below. I love listening to you guys' suggestions. But till I see you again, I hope you're keeping safe, and bye bye.